So what a unicorn project means is that we get to $1 billion valuation. And we're really focused on getting there by creating millionaires out of the people that are part of our group. But it's a solid investment because we're not promising easy money. We're not giving away free money on the corner for everyone to sign up, because these are the red flags of projects that may not last, right? This reminds me of a saying that my grandfather always said, if it's too good to be true, sometimes it is. And I think it's very important, like I mentioned previously, to understand the risk, to understand the technology, and to really manage that risk and not put in more than you're willing to risk, right? We're very focused at Aurum on protecting the downside of the investment. So definitely not a scam project, definitely focused on bringing real value to our users. We need to understand what these risks are and then understand what our appetite for this type of risk is. And so this is the first thing that's very important at Aurum, is understanding the risks. There's risks in everything in life.
Good afternoon. My name is Oksana Boyko. This is my podcast, Conscious Investments. Today we're talking about the Aurum project. And we're speaking with the CEO of this project, Brian Benson. Brian.
Hi.
Hi, Brian. Please tell me what makes the Aurum project unique compared to other projects currently on the market.
Well, there's quite a few things that are unique about the project. The first thing is that Aurum is building an ecosystem, not just a trading bot or a simple project. So I think it's important for us to, when we talk about Aurum, to talk about the family of products that we're creating and not simply the product itself, which is the AI bot, the trading bot, which was the first one that we launched, but talking about how we're building an ecosystem of products, not just one product. So to me, this is the first thing that's unique, is we're building many products, not one. The second thing that I think is unique is that we're focused on building a financial unicorn. So what this means is we're looking to get 1,000 millionaires in the growth of the company. So these are two of the things I think that are very unique about the project.
Let's talk about the results as of today. The company has been around for over a year now. And what has Aurum achieved? What results are there?
Well, we've achieved a lot in the first 2 years. As you know, Aurum was started in December of 2023, and the traders that started it and the investors that started it started to test the products. In December of 2024, we launched the pre-launch of the product, and since then we've had great success, not only with bringing over users. We're over 5,000 users right now, so leaders, people that are really interested in growing the project, but also in growing their own businesses. But we've also had more than $20 million in trading volume over the last 7 months. So we feel like these two together are very exciting. And then the most important thing is that we've launched several products. So we've launched the AI bot, we've launched the Flash bot, but we've also launched our neobank, we've launched our staking opportunity, we've launched our blockchain and our token. So all of these things together are very good for us because we've done a lot of work in a short amount of time.
How can someone start investing with Aurum? Let's talk about the entry point.
Well, the first thing that you need to do to get started with Aurum is to buy the license. So you sign up with our backend with your email, a very simple sign up and password, and you create a username. Then you have to pay a very small fee of less than $20 to get a license to be able to operate on the back end. And then it requires an investment based on your risk profile. So anywhere from $100 to $100,000, you're able to invest this and start to gain rewards on the different types of products that we have inside of Aurum. So, but before even this, I would recommend that people do research on the project and on the ecosystem so that they understand and know really well what they're getting into. So first step, educate yourselves. Second step, buy the license so that you can have access to the products. And then the third step is decide which type of investment is right for you. Go ahead and invest that and start to use the ecosystem to gain rewards for yourself and to make profit.
Welcome to the Aurum ecosystem, where innovation meets transparency to maximize the efficiency of your investments. With Aurum Flash, you gain access to an AI-based algorithm that instantly analyzes the market, takes out flash loans through the AAVE protocol, and executes arbitrage trades, profiting from price differences on decentralized exchanges. All of this takes place within a single smart contract, ensuring the security and complete transparency of operations. By purchasing a license, you receive daily access to Aurum Flash, allowing you to earn up to 350% of its cost, depending on the license you choose. This is your chance to get the most out of the DeFi world. Aurum is your gateway to the world of smart finance. Join us and use cutting-edge technology for successful trading starting today.
Everyone's favorite, the most interesting topic. Tell me about the risks and guarantees in the company Aurum.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked that question. I think this is probably one of the most important things that I, as the CEO, when I came in, have been focused on. And it all starts with understanding your risk appetite. And like I mentioned, doing your own research or your own education. So if you understand what you're doing and you know what the risk appetite that you have is for your investments, then this is the first step. So just like anything in life, it carries a risk. So investing is just like crossing the street or driving a car. These things have risks involved in them, right? And so when we get into these types of things, we need to understand what these risks are and then understand what our appetite for this type of risk is. And so this is the first thing that's very important at Aurum, is understanding the risks. There's risks in everything in life, and we can't get away from this, but we have to manage these risks. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we're very focused at Aurum on protecting the downside of the investment. So we're really very, very, like I said, focused on making sure that people aren't losing their money. So we're trying to give a return as best we can, and the returns are very strong. But more important than that is managing the downside of this risk. So there's no guarantees in life. Just like there's risks in everything, there's no guarantees for anything. And I think it's important to understand that when you see a project that says 100% guaranteed, impossible to lose money, a lot of times these are projects that are not as solid as they could be because they're promising things that they can't deliver. We're just the opposite here at Aurum. We do not guarantee anything, but we work very hard to make sure that the projected outcomes that we have are always going to be there, with the downside being protected via stop losses, via technology, via other types of built-in systems in our ecosystem to ensure that people aren't losing their money. And so I think when we talk about risk and guarantees, we need to understand that everything has risk. Never is anything guaranteed, but somewhere in between there's a good way to find solid investments that are able to pay, and we're able to grow our investment.
I think it's no secret that there are a lot of scam projects on the market right now. They've been around, they appeared, there was a scam winter, and people are afraid of scam projects. How can you avoid making a mistake when choosing an investment project? Of course, there are a lot of them out there somewhere. I believe that Aurum is not one of those projects. Tell me, what makes the Aurum project different from scam project?
Well, that's a question that we get all the time, and I think a lot of people have these types of questions in their mind. But what I like to do is turn that question around and really, I can say right now, Aurum is not a scam project, or I would not be involved in it. The other executives would not be involved in this. But more importantly than that, when you see projects that are guaranteeing and promising things they can't deliver, this is a red flag. This is a sign that things may be too good to be true. But with Aurum, we are very focused on delivering positive results and sustainable results. And so scam projects really look to entice people with rewards that are excessive, 100% a day, a month, a year. And this is something that at Aurum we just simply don't do because it's not sustainable. What we're focused on at Aurum is creating sustainable growth for our users and for those people that have trusted us to be part of our business, part of our ecosystem, leaders that bring other people over. We want to give them the best investment products, but within a range, because if we promise too much, then we can't deliver this. And that's how a lot of projects get into trouble, I think, in the first place. So definitely not a scam project, definitely focused on bringing real value to our users. And beyond that, we're creating other products that are going to focus on decentralized technologies, such as our blockchain, such as our card program, such as our exchange. So these things are going to solidify Aurum as a solid project so that we don't have simply one product that is out there and people could say, hey, this feels like a scam. No, at Aurum, we're building an entire ecosystem, entire family of products. So people can use Aurum not only for investment, but also for spending at the neobank, for point of sale with the credit card, for exchanging from Bitcoin to USDT or USDC on the exchange product. So we go far beyond what some of these so-called scam projects do, and we create real value for our users and for our investors.
Why did you choose the name Aurum? What does it signify?
Well, Aurum or Aurum, as it's
gold.
as it's said in it's gold. It's a Latin word for gold. And I think there's really two concepts that we have for the birth of the name, let's call it. The first one is that we feel like we're entering a golden age of finance and of technology. So finance has been around for a while, forever. Technology has been advancing very rapidly with the internet, with the cell phone, with different types of technologies. But now what we're seeing is we're entering the golden era, or as I call it, the internet of value. And this is an era where we're going to have technology driving growth, driving solutions for people that need them, and really creating a lot of wealth and a lot of value. So that's the first concept, is it's the golden era or the Aurum era. And I think the second thing that I really love a lot is that gold has historically been a store of value. If you look back into history many, many years ago, thousands of years ago, people had gold chains, gold, they were using this to trade and to transact value, but also to store value. And I think that's a concept that's really important at Aurum, is when people invest with Aurum, they know that they have a safe place to keep their investments or their funds. And much like gold in yesteryear, now we can use technology to protect people's wealth, to protect people's value, but also to grow it. And so I think these two concepts of the golden era of finance and technology and the concept of gold as a store of value and Aurum as really bringing that in the new era with technology and with an ecosystem full of different opportunities for people to use, this is really the focus of us. So I think that's where the name comes from, and we really like it. It also sounds nice, and it looks good on the hat, so.
And my podcast is called Conscious Investments, and we talk about conscious, well-thought-out investing. How well does the company Aurum fit this definition?
I think it's very smart. I think it's one of the smartest things you can do. Obviously, like we talked about, we need to manage our risk and we need to understand the risks. So before we can invest in things and really have a lot of confidence, we need to understand them. This is the first thing. But once someone understands what we're doing at Aurum, understands that we're building not only one investment product, which is a bot, or a different investment product, which is a flash loan bot that uses decentralized technology, but really what we're doing at Aurum is creating a safe way for people to invest in a smart way into these digital technologies without having to know all the details of exactly how a DeFi protocol works, or how a blockchain is written, or what the code is for a different technology. You're able to leverage these types of technologies and get a benefit out of them without having to be a PhD in some of these other technologies, or having to have deep knowledge in it. So as I mentioned, I think it's very important to educate yourselves on these things, but I think Aurum is a great place for beginners as well, because it's a smart way to get access to these types of investments and these types of technologies without having to take care of every one of the details yourself. So when you do invest in Aurum, which I think is a very smart thing to do, by the way, you're gaining access to some of the best traders in the world, some of the best technology in the world, some of the best leadership in a financial tech program and project. So I think, I think it's a very smart thing to do, but it's not smart in every instance, right? So people, if they don't know what they're doing, or if they don't have the education, or if they don't want to look into it, then maybe it's not smart for them. It has to come with this desire to learn, to be part of the ecosystem, and to grow with Aurum. So I think it's for the people that are willing to put in the work and the time to understand it and know what's happening. I think it's very smart, and I think it's a strong investment, because we're returning extremely aggressive results without people having to risk too much of their capital. So I think it's a very smart investment.
I always ask the question, is money easy to come by, easy to earn, and so on? So are investments in AI considered easy money? Do investors make money easily in the company?
Well, I think this reminds me of a saying that my grandfather was always said: "If it's too good to be true, sometimes it is." And so I don't think that Aurum can be considered easy money. I think it's very important, like I mentioned previously, to understand the risk, to understand the technology, and to really manage that risk and not put in more than you're willing to risk, right? So from that standpoint, once you get over that hurdle, once you're able to understand those nuances, then I think it becomes easier and easier of money. But to say that Aurum is easy money and we're giving away free money, this is not the case, right? We're working very hard to bring strong products to the community. And I think that's really, it may seem easy from the outside, but the reality is that the people inside of Aurum and the people that are the leaders bringing other affiliates and other networks to it are working very hard to get this money, right? And so I wouldn't consider it to be easy money. We're working very hard, blood, sweat, and tears. But once you are involved with Aurum, once you've learned how it works and you've taken that step of investing for the first time, I think it can be considered not the hardest investment. And so somewhere in between hard and easy, Aurum is in there. But it's a solid investment because we're not promising easy money. We're not giving away free money on the corner for everyone to sign up, because these are the red flags of projects that may not last, right? And so I think it's important to understand why it may be easier than, driving a bus or digging a ditch or some other type of work that's harder. It comes with a lot of work as well. And so I wouldn't consider it to be easy money. I would consider it to be a smart investment, like your last question. And so, easy money, no. Good money, good investment, I would say definitely.
It's very interesting how the company was formed, what was fundamental to its creation. How did it all begin?
Well, the history of Aurum is quite unique, and I touched on it briefly in one of the previous questions. But Aurum was started by a group of traders and investors that were exploring the technology of artificial intelligence in the bot trading system. So bots are automated computers that do trades based on information. So when we couple artificial intelligence, which is able to assess information in a very rapid way, but one thing that's very important there is that it's also able to take the emotion out of it. So an AI bot doesn't feel sad if it makes a loss. It doesn't feel happy if it makes a win. It's just level emotionally. I think this is something that's very important. So Aurum started with this group of traders and investors exploring how these AI bots work, if they're reliable, if they're able to get a solid and consistent return out of them. And that's where it all started. So this was back in September of 2023. Fast forward to December of 2024, our chief marketing officer and co-founder, Ahmed Zen, met these gentlemen and suggested to them that they use an affiliate marketing type of strategy to grow the business. And this is something that the original plan of the project was not to use network marketing, was not to use affiliate marketing as the growth engine. But once they met Ahmed and they saw that these may be a really good partnership between the AI bots and the affiliate marketing, they brought them together, and I think the rest is history. So in December of 2024, the project was launched, and now we have approximately 7 months since the beta launch, where we've had consistent returns every month, and we're giving these consistent returns to our users, to our leaders. And so it all started in 2023 as a project of investment. It was coupled with the affiliate marketing, and now we're growing very, very fast because this is a match made in heaven. I think there's a great synergy between affiliate marketing and technology. And so when the technology works and the affiliate marketers know what they're doing and are able to bring good leaders that bring in other leaders, then this is a wonderful thing. So this is how Aurum started. And it was started as a trading platform. But what we quickly realized was that there was a lot more opportunity outside of this, that people needed access to banking products, people needed access to credit cards, people needed access to digital asset technology, so crypto technology, that they would be able to save these cryptos, earn some rewards with these cryptos, and continue to protect their wealth while growing it. And so this is the sort of the brief history of Aurum, where we came from. And I think it's a very interesting history and past.
Yeah.
But I think what's more interesting is the future that we have ahead of us, because the foundation has been set in a very solid and fundamental way, so that the future is able to scale and grow quite rapidly.
Let's talk about the promotions that the company has. I think the company supports those people who achieve results. What promotions are available as of today? I know there's a trip to Antalya.
Yeah, so generally we have promotions going on often, as is very customary with network marketing. We try and incentivize those that are doing well in the business by taking care of them, by giving them trips to places that are nice to visit. And so right now we have two things that are happening. We've recently launched a product called our EX Pro product. And as a part of this product, for every $100 that's invested, and this is available to your community as well, for every $100 that invested, you get one ticket for a drawing for a few different types of prizes. And the prizes include a trip to Antalya, Turkey for the VIP event, includes a trip to Dubai, and dinner with our co-founders, myself included. There's a couple other prizes like iPhones and iPads and things of this nature. So that's the first thing. It's the EX Pro promotion, and that runs, I believe, till the 1st of June. But the second thing that we have, which is happening right now, is the promotion for the Antalya trip. And so Antalya is a beach city in Turkey where we're having a large event on the last week of June. I think the 22nd to the 24th are the dates, if I'm not mistaken. But for this project, if people are investing now, then they can have access to this trip, and it's a expense paid trip to the VIP resort and to the event that we're having there, to reward those leaders that have done really well in the business. And so I think that's another thing that may be very interesting for your community, is to take a look at these two types of promos that we have, the EX Pro promo and the Antalya promo. And these are the things that I would like to stress and offer to your community. So
Thank you very much.
Did you know that in the world of investments, it's important not only to earn but also to preserve your assets? Aurum is not just a platform, it's an entire ecosystem that combines advanced financial tools with reliable data protection. We are your personal financial mentor, where security and innovation go hand in hand. With Aurum, you gain access to a unique ecosystem, including a non-custodial Web 3.0 wallet, the AI Trader EX system for automated trading powered by artificial intelligence, and analytics to support your investments every step of the way. Aurum is not only about trading convenience, but also about multi-layered asset protection, thanks to cutting-edge encryption technologies and security protocols. Join our community, create an account, top up your balance, and start earning with Aurum today. After all, your investments deserve the best. Aurum, an ecosystem leading you to a stable and secure future.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for bringing me on your channel. I'm very impressed by the work that you've done and the followers that you have and the type of content. I think it's very much needed in the world, to be able to educate people and to bring them, not only opportunities but information that can help them live better lives. And so, what I would say is, first of all, I'm very humbled to be a part of your podcast and to be a part of your channel. So thank you for that. But beyond that, I would encourage everyone to take a look at what we're doing at Aurum. Now, the same glove doesn't fit every person in life, and this is something that I think we need to understand, right? But for people that are really interested in using this type of blockchain technology to better their lives, to make a profit, to grow their wealth, I think Aurum is a great thing for people to look into. And I'm not here to tell everyone, hey, you must go to Aurum and invest. What I'm saying is, I think it's important for everyone to look at these types of opportunities, understand them, educate themselves, and then decide whether this is the type of opportunity for them. So, yeah, I would encourage everyone to reach out to to the people that put on this channel, to the people that are involved in Aurum that you may be able to talk to as references or as referrals, and learn more about what we're doing at Aurum, because it's a really special thing. We're not building a simple bot that's going to work and people can use and make a little money. What we're really focused on, as I mentioned before, is creating a fintech unicorn. So what a unicorn project means is that we get to $1 billion valuation. And we're really focused on getting there by creating millionaires out of the people that are part of our group. So if we get to 1,000 people that we've made $1 million for, then that will be the financial unicorn or the fintech unicorn that we're looking to build. And I think that it would be really cool if one of the people out there watching me right now was one of those 1,000 people, that we could help them with this technology, with this program, with what we've built already, to get to that sort of $1 million stage, to where they are changing their lives with the investment, with the hard work that they're putting into this, by growing not only their investment, but by also growing their community. This is a very simple way to continue to get a lot of traction. What we're trying to do is create wealth for those people that are using our products and services and are part of our ecosystem. So I would recommend that everyone at least check out Aurum, see what we're doing, do a little bit of research and digging, and understand what it is that we're building, because there's an opportunity for someone possibly that's listening to this and that's listening to your podcast, or that hears this in the future on a recorded and goes to your channel and clicks on it, could be one of those people that we're able to help change their lives. And so that's what we're really focused on, is using technology to change people's lives for the better and create a world where people can have confidence in investing in these types of projects, because they know that we're going to be around for a long time. We're going to be working hard to bring all of our investors success. And so, yeah, I just, again, I'm thankful for the space that you've given us, and I look forward to seeing how this all comes out. So thank you.
Thank you. Today we broke down the Aurum project, and we did it together with the project CEO, Mr. Brian. I think after this interview, everything has become absolutely clear and understandable, whether it's worth investing in this project. Who is behind this project? What opportunities does it offer? What risks? What guarantees? I always remind you that investments are personal risks, and guarantees in any investment project are always conditional. What I want to say about this project: if you've heard about it today, then it makes sense to take your time to consider and think about whether you should get involved in this investment offer or not. Or maybe you are considering it for diversification, and perhaps this project will become a very stable and reliable source of passive income for you. Make conscious investments.